Ladies and gentlemen, Hex community of all ages, hey, Jake Freedom here, coming to you live from YouTube for this week's Hex Update Saturday for May 31st, 2014. Now, not a whole lot has happened this week in Hex. We were expecting a new patch to come out, but that has been delayed until sometime early next week, patch 006, I believe they're calling it there. And they actually, CZE did actually give us a little bit of an update on why the actual patch was delayed, and it starts out with Chris Lena, I think his name is. Just talking about the sorry for the delay. It's a quality of life patch is what they're calling it there. So it's not going to be really any new features implemented or anything like that. They're just fixing some things and polishing some things up for the actual game, whether that be UI stuff, back-end stuff to make things run a little smoother. We never know. So they are just going to wait until next week sometime because there was just a few quirks, I guess. They said a little bit of additional complexities, the way they put it, to this actual patch here, and so they're just going to wait until they got it fixed properly, and then they'll go ahead and give it to us. Which I would rather have them wait and fix it instead of give it to us and then have things be broken, and we don't want to go through that stuff. Some other additional things that they did mention on this update here was the auction house. And last week they did show us some screenshots with the actual auction house, and what they say here is, as we mentioned in last week's update, we are cleaning up the auction house. You will be able to put individual cards, booster packs, equipment, and chests up for auction for either gold or platinum. They say hopefully you took a peek at the screenshots in the previous update so you have some idea what it looks like. I did show those in last week's update, so if you want to go ahead and take a look at those, you certainly can. So they are really excited to actually open up the economy in Hex, and so that's that. It sounds like the auction house is getting very close. We could see that in maybe 2, maybe 3 patches down the road. We just don't know. Hopefully sooner than later, because I'm kind of excited to have that there. Another thing they mentioned is after the auction house comes out, they're going to set up so you can actually trade with your friends. So it sounds like the auction house is going to come first, and then they're going to put trading. Another thing they talk about is big tournaments. Everybody knows right now that tournaments are limited to 8 players. What they're going to do is they're going to come up with a way to have big tournaments, and that can have up to 128 players. They're still evaluating exactly how they're actually going to do this, because they don't want to split everybody up into too many different tournaments, because right now we're still in closed beta, not a lot of people into the game. And since these ones have 128 players, they're just kind of, how are we going to do this? How often are we going to do this? Do this once a month? Do we do it once a week? Things like that. So that'll be really kind of cool. I can't wait for that one. That'll definitely take some time to do that one. That'll be interesting to see how that actually works. Because out of 128 people, right now with 8, it takes, it can, if you go to the final round, it can take up to 2.5 hours for just 8. Can't imagine how long it's going to take for 128 people. Another thing they mentioned here is starter trials. Now, starter trials is a new concept to the game here, and basically what it is people that come into the game that don't have a lot of cards, they have that one starter deck, they can play the AI using their starter deck, and the AI's decks are thematically designed to be competitive with specific starter decks they are using and get progressively harder throughout the trial. Each victory, the player is rewarded with new cards to add to their existing starter deck, and to help them in their next challenges. This, that, and the other thing. At the end of the trial, the player gets to unlock an additional 15 cards to help their deck. What this sounds like a really cool idea. So basically, when new people come in, they have the starter deck, and we all know the starter decks aren't the best. They do need some help, but they're a base collection basically. So this would be a really cool way for people coming into the game that are brand new, that don't have a whole lot of money to spend in the game. They don't want to just go and buy packs and open them, or they don't feel comfortable enough to go play drafting. So this, I think this is a really good idea, and I can't wait for that to actually come out. We'll have to definitely take a look at that. The next one here, next update's from Alex. Alex, starter trials. He's talking about starter trials. Started out with a very simple goal: how do we engage new people? Engage new people into the game. So he basically says these guys were probably not likely part of the Kickstarter. Don't have any cards. Basically, what we just went over there. So he just goes through a little more, talking about the actual trials there. I'll go ahead and link this actual post in the description below, so you can go ahead and read it. And I did cover most of the stuff there. You can read more about the trials if you want there, but the trials do sound really exciting, and it'll be definitely worth it for new people coming into the game. Last thing here from Corey Jones. He mentioned a while ago about adding special loot to chests and packs during like events and holidays, like Gen Con's coming up. And he said something about putting different loot in those chests and packs. Basically what he's saying here is he's thought about it, and he says in retrospect this method of distribution is not ideal, and as it makes people feel bad for opening packs and chests outside of these promotional periods. He doesn't want that to happen, so they're reworking the idea. Basically, they're going to create a new item that you can loot and call them holiday gifts or Gen Con gifts, final names to be determined yet. These items will drop from various activities in the game and won't be tied to packs. Won't be tied to packs, Wheels of Fate, chests. So he says things you can get these from are winning from matchmaking. That's actually clicking the play button, I think it is, and not just challenge button. Completion of quests in the game. So there's kind of a spoiler. We're going to have some quests, and progression through PvE content. So that's really cool there. I really wasn't too concerned about the loot that comes during these promotional events or holidays through chests and whatnot, but I do like this idea a lot better than having it tied to packs and chests there. Let's see here. Other than that, that's all they talk about. And then Chris comes back and says, moving forward, as we hope you have noticed by now, we have a big appetite for features, and we're trying to get them out as fast as we can while maintaining a high level of quality. So basically what they're doing is they're doing a lot more Q&A in-house, so we don't have problems when they roll new patches out, which is good. That's fine. The game is absolutely playable. Most of the stuff that is in the game right now is fine. Once they get the auction house out there and player trading, I think people will be less antsy to get new patches and updates and features into the game. So then they can take their time actually creating new patches and features and rolling them out to us. So if there's 2 or 3 weeks in between patches or updates, or a month, it's not going to be a big deal once the auction house and player trading is actually in the game. Other than that, that's all they have there. I haven't done a whole lot in Hex this week, to be honest with you. After Memorial Day, this week here just kind of flew by. I haven't done any drafting. I did, I bought a couple packs. We had that Primal pack last week. So yeah, I've been kind of slacking on the actual Hex playing there. But let's get to what maybe most of you are here. Maybe not most. Some of you here are watching this video because I mentioned on the actual Hex forums that this is going to be the 100th. This video right here is the 100th video that I have done about Hex since I started these videos the day or the Saturday after Hex released to the alpha. And I came up with the name Hex Update Saturday because Hex means 6, and so Hex Update Saturday, that's what it was. And that's all it was at first, just doing these updates. As I stated in my post there, from video number 1 to videos now, it's drastically different. I've upgraded my audio equipment, my video equipment, how I render them, how I make these videos. It's all been changed, and I think it's a lot better. If you look at video 1 in today's video, you'll be able to definitely tell a difference. And me myself have come a long way, being more comfortable speaking, talking about different things like that. So the beta key giveaways, I do have 2 of them. I do have 2 beta keys. I have 2 accounts. So a while ago they sent beta keys out to one beta key to each account. So we have 2 of them, and I said on the forums, if you want a chance to win a beta key, doesn't matter if you are part of the game now or if you're not. I would prefer it if you didn't have the game right now and you want a beta key to actually get into play the game. But if you do have an account, you just want to use the beta key to give it away on some, one of your streams or one of your videos, that's perfectly fine too. And I said it's gonna be really easy to enter, and it is. All you have to do is just go ahead and leave a comment below. It could be anything, random comment. Could be saying, hey, this is my favorite card, or hey, great video, keep up the good work. It doesn't matter. And then what we'll do is I'll go for probably 3 or 4 days, and I'll just go and randomly pick 2 comments. I'll contact those people, and I'll email the beta key to them, or we'll get them to them somehow. We'll figure out the logistics after that. So that's all you got to do, is leave a comment below to enter in for a chance to win a beta key. Other than that, that is all I have this week. next week we are definitely going to have more. We're going to have that patch rolled out, but I don't know how much we're going to be able to talk about it since it's just quality of life, but you never know. Hopefully this week I can get some more drafting in, get some more gameplay videos up there. We're definitely, we'll certainly still have, well, we did miss the card of the week on Monday because that was Memorial Day. I didn't do anything that day. So we'll do card of the week Monday, combo of the week on Wednesday, all that good stuff there. Other than that, if you liked the video, go and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these, certainly go ahead and click subscribe down below, and we'll have another video for you soon.